god. I definitely trolled with that pick. Fuck, why did I pick Vayne? But he gets so toxic when playing League. Nah, it was fine, honestly. It was honestly fine. That, like I said, the only thing I regret is picking this Vayne.
Deserved.
I didn't think about his level 6.
Hey, Dragon.
Oh my
here.
god, I didn't think about his level 6.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a bad look. He actually killed me.
I don't think they're okay. That's rough. Losing to LM is crazy. I thought Tarek was good. People have been talking up his top lane.
Nah,
That's insane.
I feel like, well, we played versus team earlier and it was fine. Like, obviously, but this game I trolled.
I think because people were talking about how bad LM was, like people kind of didn't respect it, you know?
Yeah. People here. People over here.
So like you wouldn't think LM would do something like that because it feels like, you know?
在大师赛上证明自己的机会其实不多，我们要争取好每一个就是来之不易的机会。我们应该会就是调整好自己的心态，全力就是准备好下一场比赛吧。
You practice 2K on your own before you do with your team. No point in team play if you don't know the mechanics. I gotta find the coach.
我这一次大师赛确实是他们第一次。
I don't know if I can learn on my own. Can I?
然后我身为
Can the chat guide me or no?
在队伍里待的比他们久的
I never played
然后我觉得不管游戏内游戏外，其实
0 minutes.
他们的自我调节能力都非常好吧。然后我们整个团队也在一起帮助他们，因为我们其实打到现在，整个队伍其实还没有打到最热的时候吧，所以我觉得真正进入那个状态的时候，我们再看吧。然后我们也是就是想着一起进步嘛，一起打好这个大师赛。
All right, maybe I can just do it. I'll try it on my own and then we'll go from there.
Now, if K9 is the big
I mean, bro,
brother of
put me
this
on
squad,
LeBron and
why
just
is he
fucking shoot the
probably
ball, no?
Godfather, male of Billy. I don't think anyone doesn't kind of expect or know what he brings to the squad.
I mean, bro just kind of called him Unk in a way, like stuck a subtweet. But yeah, I mean, this guy, we are familiar with this face now. He's been to several global events and we've seen his aggression, and yet somehow,
Unpause
even
the
though
music.
I've seen it several times.
And Billy, you guys are familiar with
No,
each
it
other.
is.
So what would it mean for you to be able to beat a fellow CN team to advance to the playoffs?
其实岁费 BB 你们跟标机是非常非常熟悉的对手了。那对于你而言的话，可能要击败你的兄弟队伍，然后去挺过瑞士轮，进入到淘汰赛，意味是什么样的呢？
其实我们不管对手是谁，我们都会 做好自己，专注好每一把比赛吧。
Wait a minute. That was the most fun I've had in
Actually,
crossword
no
in my
matter
life.
who we face, we just want to lock in our like
I wasn't
game
getting
and
that one,
matchup
but everything else
and
we
try
kinda
our
got.
best to win every matchup.
Okay. Lock in. Lock in.
Just lock
Okay.
in.
Good luck
Just
today.
lock in. That's what I fucking tried for Rumi Rumble. Got fucked. Friday. Apart from that, I'm fucking dead in the water.
Yeah. Thank you, DJ.
Bathroom,
But
bro.
it seems like
There is a
Wolves have
bathroom, so I'll be
improved
back.
a lot in Masters. So what are your expectations for today?
上一次面对到狼队是 BOG 获胜了嘛，但是狼队在来到多伦多大师赛之后，好像进步了非常多，所以你们对于今天的比赛有什么样的期待呢？
我觉得狼队确实进步了非常多，但是我们也进步了很多，所以我希望今天可以给观众带来一个精彩的比赛。
So Wolves, they indeed made a lot of progress coming to Masters Toronto, but so do we. So what matters is that I hope we can deliver a good match today for all the audience.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can't wait to see it.
They have both improved a lot already, but only one of them can make it to playoffs. And it's time for the results of our MasterCard fan poll, because we asked you which one of our squads did you think was going to make playoffs, and you, 53.2% of you, said Wolves.
I mean, it's close, but Wolves taking it here sort of, I think, speaks to how much work they've done on the Toronto stage so far, right? I think they've actually won over a lot of fans. Their close game against Sentinels with taking down Heretics. I really like what this team has shown us.
I really feel like they've absorbed a lot of the Team Heretics fans at this point. Surely if they're going to take them down, the team that did it to them, it makes total sense. But I'm just couldn't be more excited. I feel like it's going to be so close. It's going to be such a head-to-head matchup. And I'm honestly expecting a little bit of grungy street Valorant at times, just because there's so many mind games in the rematch. And also they've learned so much here already.
Yeah, the vibes are going to be really important as well. You know, we've even heard some of these players talk about how we had to work so much on hyping each other up, making sure everyone's comfortable. And I know Sufat said that Lysol was super down on himself and he had to try and pull him out of a negative mindset. And that's going to be important on the day, especially, Mel, if you start losing, you know?
And I think that's a testament to Sufat's leadership, the fact that he saw that and he's like, hey, this is what I need out of you. He's trying to bring him out onto the stage. And what better time than today to do it against your fellow Chinese brethren on the stage, to knock them out, but for your team to go forward.
Team Liquid, Mel? Sorry, I just saw the...
Okay.
You couldn't pick, so you had to choose the CT China logo?
Yes,
that makes sense.
Because, I mean, one of them is guaranteed to make it. I had to cop out.
Yeah, but one of them's also guaranteed to lose, so...
Yeah, that's life.
Yeah, you know, it's true. It's true. Honestly, I really like Wolf's chances here. I think compared to the last matchup, I'm expecting Juicy to play much better. I'm also expecting a ton of late round situations, and that is where my guy Spring is going to be showing up in a big way.
Yeah, you guys were in different directions, so I'm excited for this head-to-head.
They have my heart, though. They have my heart.
I can't wait to see who's going to be right, because BLG, Wolves, Paper X, and Liquid have already overcome every challenge to make it this far. And if you are in the building, you are about to witness the final fight for playoffs. Day 5 of Masters Toronto starts right here, right now.
Nuts' arrival heralds victory for Team Liquid. 1-1 in the tournament.
Unfortunately, we're going to be facing our friends, Paper X.
It feels like they are kicking things into that next gear, on pace to make the playoffs.
So many international events we've been on the same tournament and we never faced each other. I knew that this moment was going to happen one day. I wanted both of us to go to the playoffs. But on the next match, do or die.
We don't really care who we're gonna play versus. There is no more second chances, and I don't wanna go home. So I guess I need to take you out.
The most important thing against them, you cannot let them play their own game, and you need to force your own play style.
Paper X, traditionally not afraid to get weird.
If Paper X playing at their best, and if another team's scared of us, we are doing something right.
I didn't come here to play one match. Let the better team win.
Wolves now find themselves at match point. Here in the Great White North, Wolves are the apex predator.
我们一开始的目标到现在也是一样，就是想打好我们自己的东西，展示好我们的队伍的实力给大家看。
Billy made a serious go at it.
然后作为一个队伍里打得比较久的人，没有打出很好的表现，确实就更让人难以接受吧。我觉得我们应该会就是调整好自己的心态，全力就是准备好下一场比赛吧。
因为我经常跟他们说，因为我的 character 我是 in game leader 嘛，我是指挥嘛，所以我会跟大家说，就是有我的声音在，就是不用管任何的东西，执行好我们的东西，站起来，一起站起来，就是大家可以再打得再放一点，再兴奋一点的话，我们就会打得更好。这个就是我们狼队的能量。
就是在大师赛上证明自己的机会其实不多，我们要珍惜好每个就是来之不易的机会。我也相信我们大家也可以一起调整过来，扛过这一次所谓的生死战吧。100分100信心，我们一定要拿下这一场比赛进入大奖。
就是对我不会想，就是我很害怕要回去啊，或者我一定要去晋级。我们不管面对任何的队伍，都会像我们狼队的口号一样 ，Fear nothing。
CN teams know each other very well, but there's only room for one of them at playoffs. The gloves are coming off today.
They absolutely are. We got VCT CN stage 1.5 in the house right now to decide who is going to be moving forward, and the Omen map select comes on through. We're going to be starting things off on Ascent now.
Yeah, and I love watching Ascent. Like I was saying in the matchups yesterday, it's really a map of who can make the least mistakes. Really fundamental Valorant going to get played here, so that's a great first map to start on, and also going to split for the second.
Yeah, split will definitely be fun to see in terms of what we've seen, especially with Wolves liking that map and going for a lot of these slow plays, the lurks. But in terms of Ascent being in the pool, I just love that immediately we're getting a test map for our duelist players in the server.
And it's so interesting because the last time they faced each other, they didn't want to go to Ascent. Ascent was map 5.
Right.
We didn't even get to see it. And Icebox gets banned this time around as well. You gotta think about maybe there's some game plans, but also the fact that they haven't played in so long. I know they did play against each other, but they had to wait the longest before arriving at Masters Toronto.
It's very true. All these things going through their heads, but I don't know. I think I'd be banning Icebox too if Lucius Harbor was an option to play against.
Especially considering the performance against Sentinel, it makes total complete sense. On Ascent here, if it was map 5 and the last time they saw each other, and now picking it into map 1, you have to wonder, what are these teams going to pull out? Especially Bilibili, the team that picks the map. Are we going to see a comp difference? Are we going to see a new player take over that normally doesn't? Anything could happen here on the international stage.
Yeah, especially when you have two teams with such a history facing off against each other on the domestic stage. We were talking about it a little bit yesterday with Pacific rematches, but there are so many extra layers of mind games and understandings and playing to those tendencies that you expect from your opposition.
And we don't really even have to worry about what they're going to play because they never adopted any Tejo things on this map. There's no many things that they need to change. And Bilibili have been stupidly dominant. If you look at their record on Ascent in the past.
Get fucked.
Yeah, absolutely lights out, and it makes sense, right?
My
When you've
food's
got a guy
arriving
like
too. Let's
YZ
go.
that's going to be playing into the server. I stand by it. I think
Who am I
Ascent
rooting
is just
for?
the
China.
test map for your Jet player, for your duelist player.
China
really
number
is the
1.
map where I think your individual skill expression shines more than any other.
And the YZ and Juicy matchup, especially that duelist matchup that we're all looking towards. And I kind of have to wonder, you know, with the history behind Naf and Juicy having played together before, yes, it was years ago, but knowing those duelist tendencies,
I got a shout out?
even that can
Really?
shine through. The smallest of details can make or break the difference today.
Yeah, and if there's one thing that BLG are going to know about Wolves is that on all the maps they play, really, they
How come you don't pick
love
teams to root
taking
for?
mid-control because
It's
they
hard for me
want
to
make
root
sure
for
they're
these
always
teams
keeping
because I don't
their
know
options
them. How
open
can I root for them?
mid-round pivots. This time, Wolves are going to be starting things over on the defense
I mean,
side.
I will root for.
This is the comp that we expect. They are so dominant here.
I'll root for Wolves because they have Stu Fat Baby and I like his
point,
name.
but Wolves
That's like where
know
I'm
this.
at.
They know how to play against this comp. At this point, they've had experience into it, but I wonder if they're going to make some changes.
The Neon is something that's so unorthodox in a sense, something that Bilibili are familiar
That a
with,
good
but
enough
something
reason?
that the rest of us really aren't. We really don't see this, especially in Americas. This is something that's completely different, and I wonder if that will shift their focus maybe towards a main control. Although their mid control is strong, I equally believe
Now I
that
can
A
say
main is
we
something
when
that
referring to
Wolves
Wolves.
is going to
True.
have to shut down.
Yeah, 100%.
Support
because,
Wolves
you know,
or the
if
underdogs.
Bilibili gaming
I
are
like
just
an
able
underdog
to just
story,
run
so I'm
exact
down to be
plays
Team Wolves.
With YZ's Neon, you're just not going to be able to really stop this guy from getting into your sight. Again, Bilibili Gaming have been very successful when playing post plant, so don't let them on your site.
This match will be the definition of friendly fire. And speaking of fire, bringing the heat in the caster booth, it is Uber and Wyatt.
This is the 9th time that Wolves and Bilibili have faced off in the history of their rosters, but this one, of course, has the stakes ratcheted up to 11. They've got to go against each other. Two teams intimately familiar with one another for a spot in the playoffs. So to make it
What's the
to
first
next
map?
phase
The
of
map's
play,
good?
We'll go home empty-handed.
It was just during that qualifying run for both these teams that they exchanged clean sweep victories. It was Wolves that knocked Bilibili into that lower bracket in their own qualifying game, where then BLG had to defeat
Ascent split Pearl.
the all-time best team for the region.
I better see some crazy
Make it
shit.
Here, it's been volatile affairs from both of them. These teams experience high highs and sometimes low lows because they play a risky
Casters
play
read
style.
wiki
But both of them
and
in
act
this
like they know
tournament
these
on an
teams. Keck
individual
W.
level have players
Retweet.
firing on all cylinders. When you're talking about Spring, when you're talking about YZ, these guys have been absolutely phenomenal.
It's like
we've
Spark
highlighted
Notes.
Juicy on multiple
Liquipedia
occasions,
is
starting
like
on the
Spark
defense
Notes
side
of
Ascent. He'll be on that
esports.
Yoru. It's a risk to pick Ascent because you are giving your opponents that choice of side, and naturally, Wolves say we will start on the defense.
Now
side.
you
We
guys
will
have
try
ChatGPT.
and build that big lead
Must
with
be
this
fucking
double
nice, dude.
sentinel comp to try and lock
Back
you
in my
out
day,
of
we
the
had to
match.
look for the
Bold
results.
from Bilibili to
Now you
put
just
this
ask the
into
question.
motion. Last played this comp. They know they have to go up against a powerhouse on defense on an already defense-sided map. So how many rounds will it require?
Back in my day, we had to read the book.
Attack to be able to switch
Now
over to that
ChatGPT
second
reads it
half,
into your
be able
ears.
to close the game out on their
ASMR.
pick.
It's crazy.
We saw Wolves be pretty slow in that game against Sentinels, especially working the map on
I don't know,
for
it's like
example, and
maybe,
others, and taking a long time to start to make a move. But hearing from their coach in their press conference,
You guys
they
into
said this
Asmer?
change of meta, this move away from the Tejo is actually allowed Sufat to call some more up-tempo rounds.
I read, bro. Trust me, I read, bro.
Against Heretics, it's fast.
I read Valorant subreddit. I read Valorant news.
Two teams in the middle of an evolution
I read
now
YouTube
in the
comments.
crucible of this tournament.
Everything on
I
the line
read,
here.
bro. I
It's
read
been
Twitch chat.
rare
Trust
that we've
me,
had two
I'm a
teams from
scholar.
China in the
Check my
playoff
vocabulary.
bracket. No one expected Wolves to be in this position. They might be able to make it against all odds, defying all of those expectations here.
Time to descend into beautiful, inscrutable Chinese.
Spell pineapple. Pine, A-P-P-L-E.
Let's get this one started.
Here we go. Come on, fat baby.
Early you have
Show him who's the fattest baby out there.
There is one kill trip towards
Do you like
large,
that or
two
no?
defensive players entrenched in the site, ready to enter.
Starting to clear some of that Sentinel util they've gotten.
Yucal.
This B side. Why are you trying to play from behind this cyber cage? But K9 is dealt with Juicy. That's a play towards mid now.
Juicy's dead
There's less of a
already.
timer on Billy.
Uh-oh.
Awareness, of course, not playing through market. They've got to get going, and YZ wastes no time touching on down, but can't play off the flash.
Yes, fat baby. Who's the fat baby? You are.
On this pistol. And Levius is trapped here at Switch. Spring will step
Oh,
up
yeah.
to dispatch him. And all things considered, that's a pretty clean start.
Beautiful anchoring. YU connecting some great shots, swinging out
mama.
from the back on that right side. Crucially, Subat denies YZ. Those two players in tandem. Now YU also.
You guys are saying I'm not getting at least 10 kills in the
Straight
server?
onto Subat, who was wide out in the open.
Stupefies.
Wait, what? Is he casting
Static
spells?
vibes. Okay, respected.
Did he say stupid vibes or stupefy?
He's spoken about how
Stupid
much
vibes
he
or
admires
stupefy?
some of these top-tier
What are you
IGLs,
saying?
mainstays. Fallon, Boaster, two of the best.
Harry
that he was
Potter
acknowledging
stupefy?
earlier.
He
Tech
hopes to
from
join their
Boaster?
ranks. Getting into playoffs is a
Is Boaster
huge next
reference?
step in that
I
play.
gotta see the clip, but damn. He just cast some fucking spells on the stage.
Importance of winning the pistol round here on defense with this Wolves comp, because the operator is pivotal.
It's not
to getting this
Spotify, it's
double sensing
Stupefy.
rolling. Get it in the hands of your
It's a
Yori,
spell you learn in the
post up
defense
different
of Dark
positions
Arts.
early,
You wouldn't
and
get
then
it.
Try and route the attackers, force them to want to avoid the op, and then run into all of that stack.
Funnel them into the
Sentinel
util.
Yeah, you want them to be running into the trips, and it's going to be so dangerous for YZ. Playing Neon against 4 tripwires could be
Shit,
an
some of you probably
agonizing
caught that shit
experience.
too.
Double Sentinel compositions.
Some of you had it in the get-go. We didn't have to cast a
Definitely
spell.
have to slow that Neon down, provide that stopping power. 0 Point does reveal some defenders here, but nothing out of the ordinary as far as Billy are concerned. But with 40 seconds on the ticker, they've got to make a decision.
See them already prioritizing, trying to get some orbs to Neff. You are going to want that null command against the comp Wolves are running.
30
Get
seconds
those
left.
trips
Here we go.
deactivated so you can try to get a clean
Levius.
egg cycle later in this half.
The stack up towards
Uh-oh.
that heaven side as Juicy
Guardian
takes
close
first
range,
contact,
Monka.
knows now. The Billy are trying to push up into upper. He's going to have to work them down. Flash
What?
might have been available, but Spring is handled. Juicy tries to fall back off the line.
What?
Relay Bolt forces it back
What?
to a degree, and YZ is dealt with, but this is good trading for the attackers. Now Lysor is overwhelmed in hell. Shieldfan has a chance to intervene, but Billy disperse themselves around the site.
Fat
Even
baby!
K9 gets the drop
That's
on
my fat
Shieldfan.
baby!
He can't convert.
Come on, baby. Come on, fat baby. 9 HP.
One health.
Stupefy,
One singular point of health.
stupefy. Big shot.
I like that.
Oh!
He's on the edge of it. Rugia with a solitary point of health. Now looks to challenge. The shock darts expended.
Standing ahead.
No connection for Silfat. He himself is Mastercard drifting with 1 point of health left. It doesn't get any closer than that.
How on earth have they gotten away with that? That little play in the 2 versus 2. That underhanded flash up from Neff at the exact timing. Rusha had worked through window to swing out with a classic. That was a play, making the most of the minimal amount of options that they had in that situation. But where are the trades in the heaven fight? Where are the shots? Nothing is connecting from Wolves.
The relay bolt forced.
The stupefy did not work.
And Billy got to take these, XV1 scenarios all across the map.
La Palooza, what?
Worked the map to get rid of that util early as well. Very quick hit over towards the B side already starting to unfold. YU Silfat dealt with YZ. able to get this Spectre involved.
Whoa, chill,
Juicy's double
overheat.
Speedway now running
W
headlong
overheat.
into Spring and to
You want push
Spectre
again? You want push again, pussy? Do it, pussy. Do it, pussy.
8 HP.
That's what I thought.
What if I go for more anti-eco kills?
Oh my god.
Continue to hunt. Pretty effortless there from
La Polisa.
BLG. Impressive shot from YU,
Oh no,
but
La Polisa.
real
What?
economic
What is that?
damage done. We were just
How are
talking
you guys
about the
so
approach
cultured
of
on these
getting the
fucking
economy
memes?
rolling for Wolves
Let's
so they
see
can
here.
get to an operator. BLG had fully denied that. That anti-eco.
I don't know
Doesn't
that
even
one.
feel
I
like
don't
they're
know
going
that
up
one.
against opponents. This is a full buy.
Without an economy running, there's
That's the wrong
no
one?
op prospects for Juicy just yet.
What do you mean, bro? La Polisa meme. You guys don't know it? You guys don't know it, bro. You guys don't know it. You guys didn't know it. That's
Picked up
funny.
That Odin, which is still strong on the map, not as obnoxious with those changes towards B main earlier in the year, but there are still some paper mache walls like this if you want to get the spam down
You guys
mid.
probably didn't know it. It's okay.
Why is he sticking to that left side wall?
You gotta stay up to date. This should be a
Protecting himself
brainrot.com
against potential
website
spam
where it
from
updates you
Silfat.
with the newest brainrot.
Silfat not shoulder peeking this. He's waiting off another form of info gain. Does have Juicy watching from an off-range. Oh!
Fat Baby's dropping 30 today.
Finds the time absolutely perfectly.
No baby left behind.
There's a refresh of the dark cover in B main, so Billy don't walk up B yet.
BLG now lacking their space creator when they want to go for an execute. Some of those trips have been dealt with a bit of that defensive utility. There's still some spread across the map though, BLG. K-Knight is trying to really sell this presence on B as they slowly creep towards A, but they still have to deal with a couple of dead
Come on,
trips.
K-Knight.
There
Ready for
are
this.
multiple
Oh, no!
Wolves players there.
K-Knight can't convert. Silfat's able to get away.
What are you doing, Fat Baby? You were shot at. Fat Baby has no fear.
Gets involved.
It's
Here from
2v2.
Main, that A presence has been neutralized in the dying seconds of the round. There's a plant here from
Bro, he
Billy.
got shot at and he fucking ignored him.
They're still winning these fights. There was very little time left. The pressure to run into the site.
Blew my mouse?
Juicy has multiple flashes to try and get out of this dark cover as soon as the molly expires. But BLG, they're playing
Too
anti,
fat
should
to
get
fear.
up.
Too fat to fear.
Hard, of course, firing at that clone.
Too fast, too furious. Too fat, too fear. What?
They've split up. You has to
110.
Door is down,
It's the
but
chat, it's not
time
even
that
me.
has been bled off the clock. Levius shrugs off the flash, is ready to take the fight. A second one comes in, and Juicy runs into his line.
Lysol.
Lysol, the veteran, on the site, gives it a tap.
Oh!
And he delivers.
Oh, fuck!
No stranger to criticism. Lysol's had his fair share in the last
Lysol.
couple of days, but in his fourth
Cleaning up
consecutive
the
global,
sites.
he delivers a stunning round like that.
He said in the press conference that he's just blocking out the criticism. His team is still behind him. He still has that self-belief. He comes up in a round of the utmost importance.
Back.
I can't believe that BLG were able to get that so close. It was bizarre. Late in the round, they got so spread across the map. Look at how little time there was. Multiple anchors on the site, and it feels like Wolves.
Why is bro standing up
coming a little bit
confused?
cold right now with the aim.
Nah, he's
But then
doing
Lysol makes
the
me eat my
aura
words at the
aura
end there. That
confusion.
was a
What do we call it?
disgusting snapshot.
The confused aura.
Hard fought round there for Wolves. It was costly. Does Billy have that economic base to play off of? Had to be a gate crash.
Aura
out there for
fusion.
Juicy, lest he
He's
be
aura
suppressed
fusing.
by the 0 point.
What's up, Rain?
Look, you can see right now that they've got YU over towards that A side, all the trips over at B. That's standard play when you're facing down a null command.
Dangerous here. Hunter's Fury now coming out from Silfat. He knows his action over the
Oh.
wall. Whitey trying to dodge away from those blasts. Levius that was handled on the B side. He just walked into main on his own. Lysol turns the flash and there's
Wow.
potential, but it's not
Lysol's heating
necessary.
up.
Lysol is having one. Last couple of rounds, 4 kills for him.
What do you got, Wheezy?
Big impact.
He has had enough of the chatter online, the criticism.
Russia.
He's stepping up when they needed him most. YZ trying to even things up. That spring caught
Okay.
alone in the corner.
2v5.
Another potential double up for the defenders here, though. Whitey was going to be. What is this?
That's toxic.
Okay, Annihilation drawn out. Whitey trying to play ahead of it. Gets rid of Lysol, but can he save his compatriot?
Come back here,
Russia.
damn it.
It's too late to save him for the cocoon. Whitey has to play through 3. Has the spike to hand at least. The time is not on his side, Wyatt.
Where will he attempt to go? Or at this point,
home.
Save, Billy. You guys think Billy's watching? Like
into the attack spawn.
Big Billy.
Keep this rifle into the next. As you mentioned, BLG, they had that economic base that you get just from winning the anthem.
Edward's watching, that's for damn sure.
Applied so much pressure to Wolves, just knowing coming into every single round that their economy is hanging in the balance. It's on the line. They could get eco'd at any, or put on an eco at any time.
You watching CS tomorrow since no Val? Surely you don't take an off day.
It's a solo walk up from Levius there in main. Good trade architecture set up here. Wasn't necessary in the end.
This is a little mental. But he gets away with it.
I will be streaming tomorrow.
Jump swing.
However, I won't answer any more questions.
Okay, we are limbering up.
Nah, that's Aura.
Just takes a gander.
Nah, that's Aura.
Next time I saw with a bit of feeling.
Yeah.
A bit more. I need some more movement out there. You know what I'm saying?
VOD review Sentinels. Get some tips and tricks.
You are employed by the people. You better clock in.
You just point. You're round 6 now. It is still.
Bro, you're not even a sub. How are you saying that?
A lot of ultimates in hand. Juicy.
You are not the people that employ me.
From the rest of Wolves there.
Damn, it's still though. I can't blame him. He's happy to try to take these fights when he has the gate crash to get away. But to be fair, he was close to the kill on YZ.
We watch your ads? No, you don't.
Like that with the off.
You don't sub? You don't watch ads? You talk shit.
I love this from Wolves. Double up in bed.
Might have to ban you.
I picked the wrong player to try and collapse on, though. YZ instantly is there. Rushia bailed out of having to go 1 versus 2. Great execution and pretty cheaply done. Just the null command committed here by Billy. Can sit back on a post plant with a Hunt's Fury and a whole lot else to play off of now, especially with lockdown being earned.
That was the right pivot attempt from Wolves to get a couple players in
They got
main
smoked that
try
round.
to isolate the one guy on that split in the full,
Bro's
for
not even-
the 4-1 hit. But
Someone said
Arusha
bro's not even
usually
pretending
just
to watch
wins
the
out
game.
that duel. Yeah,
Bro,
for
I mean,
me,
I'm
one of the
watching, but from a
players who
distance.
stepped up the
I'm
most
side-eyeing the
to watch
game.
playoff one into Toronto.
Do we have a side-eye emote?
Okay, so you're fat.
Come on, fat baby.
Probably doesn't want to swing on this one. Firing squad.
Yeah.
Looking straight at him. And Billy get an important attack side round just as their economy was starting to founder.
Unfortunately, too, in that moment, I think Lysor was
I'm actually practicing NBA right now. I'm not even watching the game.
Main on the minimap, so when the null command was used, it actually caught onto him. So those trap wires that he had set over towards A were actually going off. And that just allowed BLG to sprint through tree, get into the site for free. Could have slowed them down a bit, maybe helped with that fight that Wolves took in main, but not going to be the case. This is going to force them into a
Pacers
timeout
versus
here.
OKC. Who wins game 3? No one cares about either of those teams, bro. NBA Finals is a scrap.
Naturally why they choose to start on that side of the map. This round loss puts them in a little bit of an odd economical position. They're winning these rounds when they do, with a couple of guns, 2, maybe 1 sort of Phantom in play. Now, this has really knocked them down. They do have a dimensional drift of Juicies to try and play around, who's been quite good sort of playing that solo weaker site. Saw him get that pick up on Levius on that B side early, but in that last round, just to walk up on mid. Pretty standard stuff, but a lot of guns trained on him by Billy. No chance for a trade to come in from Covey.
I would definitely want to give Coach Fade over on Wolves his flowers. There were
You can stop
many
watching the
moments
game. We
so
don't care.
far
All right,
in
cool.
Their series they've had where they've gone to a timeout. He's given them the right adjustment. I think of even that first game on Split against Sen, where they couldn't get anything done on their defensive side. And
All
then
right,
they go on a
3-3.
run after his
They're on
timeout. He's
eco.
given them some great adjustments. Now here, I'm just looking at the economy for Wolves. I would be
And Chad is
absolutely
fucking too
stunned
distracting, I'm not gonna
by
lie.
buying an off on the next gun
He
round.
has-
throwing that
he
to
gets-
Juicy. That's why he's just got.
It's because, like, if you look at Chad, there'll be one funny message out of the
With an
thousands.
off in hand last round.
One of
Juicy
you guys are
likely
bound to
without
say
a
something
handle.
funny.
Did Spring throw him the Sheriff last second? I'm not exactly sure because he had just the Classic a second ago.
He still has 3.7, so I think you're right.
Maybe trying to give it to the guy who's hitting harder with the aim right now.
Yep.
Which, listen, I think luckily for Wolves is Lysor. If he's
Oh, it's
waking
eco.
up and everyone else can get into that form.
3,
that they've
2,
been
1.
in, specifically Spring and Juicy, then we're talking about an even more dangerous Wolves squad.
Undoubtedly the key to the game here for Wolves. YZ gets very far up on site very early. Spring trying to get onto the site, but he has to walk.
Where the
through
fuck
a
is YZ
fragment.
going?
Takes a bunch of damage on the way in.
Brother's
Like you,
doing a
hiding
site
out from
tour.
tree. They're going to find a pick here, and there's Rushia going down. They're lit up here by the Soviet util. Wolves taking it slow. Pinkspiel tearing, barely apart. Spike's loose out in front of K-Knight, and he's got 3 guns to get past.
I have the spike.
I'll handle it. Dimensional drift, just to confirm. Yes, K-Knight is here. We'll set up.
We see you. We see you.
I'm even pinged by the cam.
We
This is
see
a
you.
Nightmare.
K-Knight still with a decent amount of health.
Wow. He's got fucked. Oh my god.
Another massacre.
Misery.
This
for
time.
K-Knight.
This time from Wolves.
Where's my breakfast
Playing
burrito? It's
off
here.
heaven. Spring, I think, tries to dive in a little
I have
bit
to go get
early
it.
there, Wyatt. Caught in some of that KO util, but after that, it's the playoff from Sufats.
I can't believe people are watching the CS2 major while Valorant Masters is on.
Pop flashes out
Fucking
of the
pathetic,
smoke as
dude.
well,
Fucking
from
pathetic.
Juicy. That recon. And you can see even this time being wasted and players
Let's get fucking real, dude.
distracted from BLG.
Let's get fucking real. Watching the CS2 major while Valorant Masters Toronto is on? Get a fucking life, buddy.
Breaking stuff in the corner. We're already into the next one. Oh my word. And Juicy's picked up the off. Oh, he's just greedy though and gets punished.
Unrecoverable for YZ, but you were right. That save in the last round from Lysor. Definitely trending towards an early op into the hands of the Yoru.
And don't even end up needing that cash when they just recover a bunch of rifles, win out the eco round, put BLG in a pretty horrific economic situation for the first time in this half outside of when they lost the pistol but then immediately won that eco of their own.
I wonder what triggered the use of this barrier here from Lysor. Might have just been arbitrarily thrown out, so it doesn't have much longer to stand. It will be cleared anyway. Grab net, caught. YZ wants to go for it. Relay ball comes in, dangerous now. Hunter's Fury, but
Oh,
Lysor is trying to dodge away
no.
from it. Now YZ's unleashed. Looking for some connection off this overdrive, but Sufat's waiting for him.
What?
Spring's gonna be there.
What?
Spray under the door. Just
That
as it
was a
comes
kill.
down. And
That was a
Billy
kill.
are hampered. Down to 2.
Look at this now with their Sentinel down. Pay attention to YU. He's wrapping all the way back to A main. This is going to be a multi-pronged retake. BLG know they need to get proactive, but they're punished for it.
They had to go for it, try and get some more extremity control of this A side, but eventually the
Wolves are heating up.
Billy off a decent start, trading, getting the op loose, make the pitch over towards A and a decimate.
Can I roar for the Wolves?
Both teams
I'm gonna get my
went for
food.
some great little plays there towards Cat. That was some impressive stuff, to be honest. Again, I like that Wolves, when they're recognizing when these splits are coming in, that they need to just be active on one side of it to catch a player off. That was YZ. He was paranoid up, but then he sends in the relay bolt, and they get an immediate Hunter's Fury used to save him, kill Lysor when he's stunned. That is just some lightning fast awareness of how to take advantage of the ults and abilities that they have. That was fantastic. Again, Wolves, their economy is burgeoning at this point. They're throwing another op to Juicy. He went 1 for 1. That was a little greedy. Probably could have just gotten out with the one.
It's here.
Lockdown for Levy.
Is that
Still
UI
being
watch?
held on to.
Damn right you should.
We'll see decent spots to place it, but into a Hunter's Fury round, potentially. You've got to account for that Silver ultimate.
I believe they did get the 0 point onto Juicy in mid, so they know about where this operator is at. And
Oh my god, this is peak fucking life, dude. It's a Valorant event and I have food. Don't look at me, don't talk to me.
The shots
I'm
are
locked in right now.
Any of that utility here from the Sentinels, Wyatt. So now Sufat can sit back, go for a spray. Spring to the drop of Rushia. Where is the rest of BLG? They can't get off Speedway at all. Too much sexy util and BLG disrespected.
Just entirely disconnected from Rusha.
Muted.
Bold to try and get in there with the spike plant. They just can't get out of main. There's stuff
Honestly,
in the choke. There's
maybe for the better.
trips. There's the grab net that goes down, connects onto a couple players, I believe, or at least forces them to get out the way, and then Wolves just flood back in. Lysor is on one, by the way. Another big round, multi-kill, 3K.
But we got to talk about it. There's a massive timing issue there for Billy.
Okay, if I'm muted.
Use that Omen ult to get onto the side. That's always the plan. But
If I'm actually muted.
They don't account for multiple sonic sensors, a one-way
Do
cyber cage
not,
in B main,
and I mean do
and the fact that
not
you're sprayed down by a node as they
tech
try and push
W
out. So there's a
right
massive
now,
gap
because I'm
in
gonna get real
spacing.
fucking mad if
And
you
it's
tech
just
W.
a solo planter for Billy on the side. So far, we've seen them be so good wide at working the map, using their time in the round to passively clear some of that Sentinel util without offering up anything. This time they run headlong into it.
Real ones are still spamming muted.
This comp.
Real ones are still spamming muted.
Success when they were, as you mentioned, taking it a little bit slower and then going for some splits onto the sites. Just a straight up B main rush. I get it. They feel like we have the lockdown, we can force everyone out and then get into the site. They just didn't calculate for the fact that they would be stuck in choke. The lockdown would expire and that would give time for Wolves to flood.
Sound sensor up.
They just didn't realize that there would be such an open window for them to get back in because they would just be absolutely stuffed. Going for rushes like this against the double Senti comp, you know, such a gamble.
Who I got? I got Wolves.
They come up so short.
And these floods for Wolves behind Sufat's utility have been sublime so far. They are terrifying on those retakes. So now Bilibili will be humbled somewhat. Forced down to a bit of a half buy.
Wuxia
with a bit of a variation on positioning there. A bit further back.
Jack?
He's pinned out by the looks of things. Lysor just takes him out of the game instantly.
He is hitting right now. Aim is on point. Intuition guiding him there. Just got the trip for mid info. Pretty standard stuff. Juicy is rotated to pick up towards Tree. They've really got their eyes on everything. There's such a deep trip in B main that had to be cleared as well. Bilibili do remove both of the trap wires from the map.
Better pace this time for Bilibili. Diligent clearing of this Sentinel stall and info utility.
Dude, that thing is so hard to break.
But even still, with Rusha down, having to hit a site without being able to obscure any angles.
No smokes left.
Wait, they just added the KD8 to the cams. That wasn't there before, right?
In that situation too, but Juicy doesn't land the shot. He's going to be forced back as well by the 0 point. Annihilation popped here by Lysor. Bilibili have a chance to respond, and they opt.
Wait, no, it was there. Never mind, you're right.
Going straight to B. Juicy catches them on the rotate to market. Again, those lack of smokes, just making it a nightmare to play against this operator. There's been a From the Shadows backside entrenched in Spring with Sufat.
10 seconds.
Now Spring's able to get into Boathouse with that
Spike
TP.
down.
Extra players to bolster the B-holder, and K-Knight has got to go for it.
What the fuck are BLZ doing?
Sufat brings a stabilizing
Billy doesn't care?
Wolves to 7 defense side rounds.
I mean, what an advantage that is for, you know, gotten by Lysor, just finding that spam kill early on. That essentially feels like it just ends the round.
No pin for today? I think we're good.
Ascent against an AWP.
Without smokes.
You're cooked in mid. You're so cooked.
There's almost guaranteed that Juicy was going to have another chance to take contact somewhere on the map. He makes a good rotation to mid. And then this is just it's a very haggard sort of last-ditch attempt to go towards the B side. The round is basically won very early on.
You're unsure Lysor doesn't get a kill without Annihilation, but it just pushes them into B. Force BLG's hand. They're on the full buy now, but it's left them with some awkward weaponry. Specifically, you're looking at Neff, just has the Stinger right now. They're
Second match versus who?
Trap in mid. We're going to talk about Neff because those null commands are pretty pivotal if you want to play
Liquid
that fast hit style against double Senti. Neff has not been
versus
developing those ultimates.
Paper X, right?
Juicy had pushed up in B main,
Yeah.
left, and now look at
Second one's a
YU's
banger.
positioning. Has this deep trip that he likes to place again.
Cleared.
And then Juicy has pivoted over towards A. They have control of A main because of the barrier mesh.
This is the same spot Juicy held last round, and he missed the shot. Don't expect that to happen again.
The setup from Wolves right now is so good. Flash is crucial to get Juicy out of there. Lysor wants to fight, can get back to actually help.
Lysor didn't want to give up the space. Eventually, though, he has to. Juicy just takes it further back line. Relay ball's going to be respected, and here comes YZ to collect. The operator taken loose. Lysor steps up and only gets the one at Spring.
Spring.
Moves out onto the side.
Ooh, trade.
Gets his pound of flesh. This puts Wolves now. Is Sufat in a position to make use of this recon bolt to spray into the side?
Yeah, it's ult.
Waiting to see if he'd even just risk ripping the Hunter's Fury to try and kill the planter in this situation. Doesn't want to. They're definitely going for this.
He's the danger player.
Their money is out of control.
Eyes on this over. YU Cam, that'll be cleared. Sufat spray has forced K-Knight out of the open somewhat. Bolt gonna be cleared. YU, oh, there's a ping, and Rushia is handled. Sufat trying to find K9
No.
in that direction. He's considering even diving in for this one. Confirms his location. It's K9 v Sufat. A shot. He
Time?
gets the job done.
No time.
Danger,
Nice try.
danger, but no time for a defuse.
I was so close.
Sufat has to walk away with bragging rights and nothing more.
Going to keep that Odin. The kills were pretty sick from Wolves. They really are able to make the most of this util that they've got. That recon again gets so much value. Neither player able to break it, so YU gets the kills. But this moment from YZ was really the pivotal one for the attackers. Juicy didn't have a gate crash to escape. YZ perfectly places that relay bolt to punish him.
Wow.
Wolves looking a little
That
different
burrito
now.
was
Lysol
awesome.
brimming with his confidence. Look at how he keeps playing forward in trees, determined to actually try and take these fights.
Oh.
Juicy still has the op to
Great.
hand, but the protocols
Now
for
I'm
Billy
food
Billy for
coma.
dealing with that op in Yoru last round were pretty much perfect.
Juicy has full control of B main. I will say Billy are doing a
Don't
great
do it, Fat
job
Baby.
breaking the cypher.
Your life is valuable.
In this. Yeah, why not? They have
got the money.
So much money.
Last round of the half.
Timing.
Portal closed.
What a timing.
Gate crash expired, so needs to refresh it. Still an opportunity to take that contact peak, but I don't know how
Has Sentinels
aggressive
qualified?
Levius intends
Come
to
on,
be
bro.
here.
Let's wake up
Juicy
here. Of
might
course
end
we
up
have.
walking into his line. That'll mean the turret can take contact for him. Inching ever
It's a
closer.
stalemate. Stalemate?
Neither player
Stalemate.
wanting to blink first. It is a stalemate over at B main.
Wait, what?
Check back in with that one.
The casters are watching me.
Why is he caught inside a Sonic Sensor by the looks of things, but a relay ball catches Lysor in main. Off the line in B, no encounter there, but Rushi has dealt with him. That's your controller down.
Oh!
Midway through the round, Levius eventually wins that encounter. That's the opping your roof drop.
That's big.
YU's trying to rotate him, but K9 is already there. Billy have done enough to get this beat.
Wolves need this round.
That was such a
Someone in chat
fast
said it, but they have double
maneuver
sentinel.
From BLG
They
to
need
get over
8.
to this B site. That was a moment
Fat
again where
Baby,
they were
rip it.
blacking smokes
Rip it,
and
Fat
Rush had
Baby.
No dark cover to protect them when they had to cross
Come on, bro.
through mid. But K-Knight wins that duel and Levius
Oh.
cracks the site open. What a high impact kill on that.
Let's
lurk.
see the laser
Two
beam.
Furies in the pocket for both sides.
Here we go.
Okay, here comes
Tag?
the attack side one first.
Wait, what?
K9
That's
looking to
K9.
scout,
Oh
see
my
where
God.
this retake might-
Now your turn. Your turn.
He's
Hit
found nothing.
it. You
Sufat
better
also
use that
trying to
fucking
ladder
open for this
recon.
half ends.
And then make the play instantly.
Boom.
The boathouse, this is looking dangerous.
Boom.
Already get hit. Lysor handled those springs, trying to get ahead of the action. It's all on Sufat now. Standout player for Wolves. But can't do enough to get in that 8th round. And then we get to the end of the half, Billy have been able to produce 5 attack side rounds.
But they're going to absolutely be happy with getting 5 here against this composition on defense. It could be a nightmare to play against. They've really done a great job.
YZ
the way he gets 5 big booms.
Joe, what the hell? My brother didn't die for this! You scumbag!
We'll be back after this.
Oh, shit.
think White has big impact. Has the potential to expect this Neon on this Ascent attack side.
It's always interesting to me to see why is
halftime Coinbase econ report.
He's so
why is he leading?
Aggro. He's usually getting a lot of kills and dying a lot.
The easy one is obvious. Okay, I'll try again after. Don't give me the answer. Thank you. I would like to do it on my own. You're welcome.
So many great opening kills. That is econ report.
League of Legends, what a shit game, eh? Retweet in the chat. What a shit fucking game, eh?
The least number of deaths on his team, so less of those rebuys being required. And he's been a big part of being able to dig Juicy out of some of those entrenched off positions where he's trying to take contact. They played around it very well, and as a result, Juicy has a quieter defense side on this Yori.
It's really the first time in this entire tournament that Juicy and Spring are the ones who you're going to need to activate to win out this game. Lysor playing so well, IGL Sufa doing it all individually and leading the team here. Intentions of going to this B side early from Wolves.
Big damage taken by Lysor early, but it's YQ pushing down
Speedway.
Look at the pace here from Wolves.
The Wolves.
We talked about them adapting to go a bit more up tempo. This attack side pistol exemplifies that. Nap just caught red-handed. Util in his grasp. YZ takes a little bit too long to find that
about
kill.
fucking time, YZ killed your whole fucking team.
Now he's gonna have to do it in a 1v4.
He wins this, I go bald.
We said his name and Spring has appeared in this round.
Wait, what if he wins this?
A pivotal 3K. That Paranoia connecting for an easy kill on lane to open things up feels absolutely impossible for YZ here. There's no way this should be winnable.
God damn, bro, he ain't scared to shoot.
Right, they'll be starting to hound at YZ.
Why is he playing for stats?
In the next few moments, and he knows he has neither the time nor the wherewithal to clear out Wolves. And there's the pistol picked up by the attack side.
And even in just this first round, you're going to see something that will become a consistent theme if Wolves are able to get into the sites pretty much, you know, I'm not going to say for free, but if they can get into the sites easily and then get all of the Sentinel utility down, Deadlock will thrive on attack when she's alive, she's in the site. You can get that barrier mesh, which is usually going to be used at the door, which it was in that round.
Why do pro players not go for that? They just accept defeat? I think he was trying, but it was just too much.
High impact on attack, or you know, syncing up some of those grav nets.
Tarek don't know about Los Ratones. What? You don't know about La Polisa, bitch.
Map space, but we know that Juicy comes.
Wait, I'm just kidding.
Packing a couple of flashes.
I mean to come at you like that.
Billy Believe opted for a pretty far forward B main presence.
Big teleport.
Maybe look towards mid. Control this space with these more appropriate longer range weapons as Juicy
are you guys
draws a
XDing?
bead on YZ's approximate location.
Fucking all XD too.
Wolves just opting to take things
one of us
nice and slow. Absorb.
Wait, that's not even XD. What is that emote? Oh, that is XD.
From the BLG side, but they're playing fairly spread at the moment, not going for a gamble stack.
What the fuck, Victor? Yours got a fucking cleavage. XD with these?
Push ahead of an owl drone if it comes out. Cam, cleared. K-Knight trying to back off. It's gonna
God
get a little
damn.
bit of comfort for him.
Keep that shit inside, brother.
Levius taking absolute beating. Now,
oh, it's Cajual's team. That's right. That's right.
We're gonna see the walls explode out of B main.
But is that, what's the reference?
One or more players. And there it is, Juicy. Eventually catches Neff.
30 seconds left.
Cutting them off there. Just going to call for the rest of the team to maneuver towards this A side. Only Rusha. Stuck at door right now. Are they going to check this? Yes, they do. YU.
So the Ghost player YU. The opener in the pistol round looks great there. YZ belatedly gets to the party. Wolves now distribute 3 players towards that A main direction, leaving Juicy in the site for this expected retake. But what is there to be done?
You mean call who, bro? Her, obviously.
Really realize it's going to be pretty hard to get any
call who?
traction in a situation like this. So they sit back, contemplate. Start a game plan for these upcoming rounds.
They did invest into a couple sheriffs, which is, you know, of note. We'll see how that affects their buy. Oh, they get to the
what a
first time
timing!
Round. Oh, that is
bloody brilliant.
Brutal.
What is Fat Baby doing out there?
Back.
Well, why is he playing for stats, dude?
No way. Lysor completes the kill contract. Levies with the drop on them though. This has gotten a bit ugly for Wolves. From an economic standpoint, not nearly as
The
clean
fuck
as
is
they
happening
wanted.
in this game?
That is a bizarre way to try and exit the round. Things getting so scrambled for Wolves, not playing together, trying to get out tree really late. No one watching the flank that was wide open.
I mean, Too Fat was.
Should I really call her? If you ain't gonna call her, give her number to someone in chat. Because we will.
So why is he catch a timing on him? It's a stranger Red Bull clutch, I will admit. Because the way was paved early by Wolves in this round very cleanly.
One enemy remaining.
Well, BLG are going to be happy with that. What could have been a
Depends on our location, though. I don't got long distance.
round by has dwindled to
Okay,
a
why did I read
tragic
that?
one with a Bucky, a couple.
That's actually a good one if I didn't read it.
Let's see if Juicy
I
can
should
do
ruin
something
your
with this
I should
Guardian
ruin your
grab it. They
thing.
want to catch someone early in B main. Looks like they want to accelerate too, but the Mollies will keep them at bay temporarily.
K-Knight caught here by the paranoia and up by Logs, and here comes Wolves again with his weaker bonus buy.
Big!
Levius
Oh.
quick spray down for 2.
What's up,
Wisey
bitch?
faces down the Bucky and comes on.
Russia
arguably
versus
second
Spring.
best.
Omen versus
And that's
Omen.
a gun recovered by Spring.
Your fan fiction has come
No
true.
info on where Rusia is though. Now he knows he can look over towards spawn side.
Ow, Rusia, what are you shooting at? You hit him once.
A
Russia's
higgledy
looking
piggledy
walls.
little bonus.
Wait, they took the Benji Fishy Woot thing.
Buy for them.
You guys are not Benji
Everyone
Fishy
stood
Woot.
up after that. I can't blame them. It was a cool B-site execute, even with the
Is there a
Bucky
thing?
Spring
No, it's not, bro.
teleport into that dark cover while they're swinging out.
They're better? It's their thing now? Is that how it works? If you're better, you just take it?
Sort of the
Texture
very
took
end
Mr.
there,
4K from
Super
Cryo?
Continuing his reign of terror on this map, swings out instantly. I mean, there's just no good reason they should be winning that, but they connect some sick shots. And it's hilarious with Spring teleporting it with a Bucky.
That's a proper pog.
Just this, the little
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. And this is now,
reaction.
this is dangerous for Billy Billy. That's the round where they want to start to build that defense side momentum, but this gets Wolves to 10 rounds and a robust economy to
Brother,
boot.
I promise you on my life, these guys are not better than Benji and Woot. On my life is crazy,
took
bro.
all their guns away on
What's that?
round
Uncle, what's
2
up?
because Wolves kind of tossed, and they still win with that really bad bonus buy.
It's like 2 ghosts, a Bucky, Spectres in there. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre scenes, but a fast
Benji and
kick
Woot
to
probably
B that
touring Toronto
frankly
right
Billy
now.
Billy just
Where can
aren't
they
able to
go?
respond to adequately. And yeah, they
What can they
flash
see in
themselves
Toronto?
up through the smoke. Neff tries to
The
get
CN
involved
tower?
out from defense side spawn. Only able to find the one after Levius kind of paves the way. Sprays down 2 with a Vandal. They can't springboard
The airport?
into a strong position, and now it's for an outlaw there for
The
YU,
fuck?
maybe
Y'all
reconsidering.
toxic, no?
But in general, the weaponry is looking pretty darn good. Might be an outlaw
There's
for
3
choose.
airports they can choose from? That's nice of Toronto.
Yes, for a fairly significant buy out of this.
They
but
gave him options.
The, bonus cash, or rather round loss bonus, is pretty out of control right now. So PLG can afford to get a fair half buy into this. Recon going to near close mid, broken by YZ, and they're actually going to leave Levius.
How do you say so confidently that something is not their thing when you don't know shit about them and don't watch them? Shut your ass up, Raul. Shut your fucking ass up, bro. Enough typing. Watch the game, dog.
Shrug off the relay
That's
ball,
the,
but
not, that's the last
into
of it
this
for you, bro.
B-side. No smoke over towards defense side though.
2 fucking 10, dude. 2 fucking 10.
Capitalize on it. Here comes the overdrive. He takes a lot of damage in that encounter, but takes YU off the map. Still 3 rifles active for Wolves, and they've got Sufat on the Cypher plant. Here comes that controller util now.
210, bro.
Strange cage from YU. It helped the other team more than it helped
He's
him.
right, bro. I'm sorry to say you don't know jack shit. 110. 110 now.
Fully pivoted towards the
Now I'm gonna get
overwhelmed.
mad.
This is dangerous, but Spring.
Sonic Center there in market, I think, forced Rushia back. He couldn't get
Oh my
involved in Spring.
God.
He's on for 4. 2 bloody good.
Call him Winter with how icy he is.
Spring.
Spring.
We're on our feet. Blood is
What a-
flowing. And Wolves are 2 rounds away from stealing Billy Billy's
Iconic
map pick.
4K.
Spring started slow on defense, but has accelerated
Mr.
to
4K,
100 miles per
who?
hour on attack. He's now tied for the most kills on Wolves. Can't believe he was able to get that double spray down. The players rushing out of B main together. Feels like nothing can go wrong for Wolves, even when it starts. When you start seeing them on the precipice.
See, the
of
team I cheer for
disaster
always
after
wins, bro.
YU
Let's
just
go
goes
Wolves.
Down to YZ with the weird cage play.
I'm a good luck
All right,
charm.
Billy, they're on their full buy now after that half.
Cutting through.
Might be the last best chance here to stabilize in this match.
Can we get an
They've
XD in
well
the
and
chat for
truly
Les
lost control.
Bertones?
Now they're playing catch up. Juicy patient on this, suppressed as he was. Flashes into tree. Gate crash out. Neff's not able to find him. Juicy barely takes any damage there as well.
So as all that utility gets right back to the pack in B main. Drone going
use the right XD or you're getting banned, dude.
Safe to start moving into the site. YZ, he wants to fight right now. Relay bolt will cause some serious delay.
A lot of stall util coming out here. White Wolves might need
I like the faker one. I like the faker one. That was me yesterday. Not really.
They're going to pivot away from B with the insert of YU left behind. But YZ sees him cross mid. He can't do anything about it though.
Spring had popped that from the shadows to go to A main. Wolves are keeping their options open. That has fully insulted the entire team.
Oh my god, the fake is so good.
They bought it.
What the fuck are Billy doing? Billy, what are you doing, bro? Billy! Billy!
5 pairs of ankles snapped clean off with these map rotations. Why Billy limping to respond?
Oh, you cow!
Why you fells knife through markets?
One more.
He just needs to get out of dodge, get back into B main. Spike is being planted by Sufat. Means
Russia waited that long?
Is ready to go when the retake is coming in. They need to get YU here. Great reposition from Juicy. He's going to hold the cross, try and protect his teammate.
YU tucked. Surely heard some
Oh
of
my
this.
god. Why are they taking so long?
Oh, what a shot!
What a shot.
He slides on in, immediately decapitated. Sufat, he wants some information, so the Hunter's Fury comes out and Rushia was caught as he made his way down. 2v2 now, Levis. Looks like he was caught up inside that sonic sensor though, and Lighto has a grab net where that came from.
What a net!
Now to play off this slowing util.
What a net!
Levius and Neff, time not on their side. They have to make a move. A tap on the spike, and Sufat tries to deliver. He'll cut Neff down to 34, and Lysol just needs to be patient.
Honestly, well played.
No time for BLG. And that's map point for Wolves.
They've done it again. What a mid-round call from Sufat. That from the shadows.
Fat baby's cooking.
That was used to get Spring over into Wine. It looks like they're going to peel off, but they leave the Cypher insert in B main. They kept their options open. They pivot back to the open site. Sufat gets the Hunter's Fury with the spike down. What a round. What a beautiful call. He is putting on.
They haven't won a single round on defense. What's happening? The worst part is they haven't won a single round on defense, and Wolves have double sentinel.
Billy are hemorrhaging as a result. No round wins on this defense side. No chance to breathe, to stabilize, to take stock of things. Again, they're thrown into it. As Wolves are knocking on the door of A.
Here comes a dimensional drift, going to get all the information on the site for Wolves. They are
so
fully
scared.
stacked up, wanting to get through A main. How do BLG respond? Do they stay entrenched?
He's sticking it. Rushi there does get the ping. He knows that Wolves
What the fuck is Rusha
Rusha
shooting at?
Breathing room here. Juicy just overloads
Rusha is testing his
Brute force
RNG out.
solution to the problem.
I don't even know how he killed Sufat. All right, Wolves routed.
Wait, did he kill
Because of that
Sufat?
lockdown, having to pivot back. YZ is deep on the map right now, push through.
He got one, did he?
Looks
Oh,
like they want to
shit.
just cut noise and try and re-hit into A. Dark cover is going to cut off Levius. Does he want to get active? Does he want to try to find a kill here?
Knight doesn't have recon.
Oh.
He can't light this up for Levius. He's going to have to be flying blind.
You are
literally
so
shooting
dead,
in the
bro.
dark. Spring
Oh my
gets off the plant now. There's a player caught.
They got me caged like a rat.
Levius has got
Oh.
nowhere to go. He's stuck there.
Boxed. He's boxed. He can't even move.
Damn, GG.
And it's on YZ for the game. For the map pick of Billy, they won 13-4 against Wolves last time they played. But this is a different Wolves, a different
What the fuck is
pace, a
YZ
different
doing?
gear.
Why is he
different
thinks he's
level.
in an action movie?
They are just playing with an effortlessness on this attack. They look fantastic right now.
Brutal stuff, YZ. Dispatched! And Wolves with the answer. Gauntlet thrown at Billy. You want to pick this map? Fine. We'll not give you any attack side rounds.
And bear in mind, the last time these two teams faced
Big win for the
in that
Wolves.
lower final in their qualifying
Looking
run, it was a sweep
mighty good.
3-0
Mighty
for
fine.
BLG, and here Wolves have swung right back, stealing away their map pick.
We're going to
Get a
step
howl
away
for the
for a
Wolves.
moment. Up
My
next,
howl is
Yusu
gonna be
and
hella
Atlas
loud.
Deads are going to break down this map number 1 of Ascent and set our sights on our second map of Split.
Let's freaking go, dude. Let's freaking go. Holy.